constantly. I've got 2 doors in this office, one there and one there. And usually somebody comes in that door, and when somebody comes in that door, the phone rings, and then you get an email at the same time. So you have to just prioritise. It's a lot of spinning plates at this place.
St Mirren TV caught up with Chief Executive Brian Caldwell to discuss his role at the club, being away from work, and what he does on a match day. You talked about like a St Mirren fan would love to have like Stephen Thompson coming in his office. Do you ever take stock of these kind of things and sometimes just take a step back and think, look at all these things I get to do, like as well, involvement in picking the strips, all that kind of thing?
I don't put the strips, well, council put the strips.
Yeah, but you're...
Anymore. No, I think you do, I think I probably do. I think probably sometimes you think, do you know what, and you take a lot of it for granted, things that you're doing that people would say, oh, it must be great, but people also think it's glamorous, and it's honestly not glamorous. You know, there's a lot of hard work. Football never ever stops, the phone never stops ringing, you're on the phone most of the day. I'm in a fortunate position, I'm an hour, I look at it as fortunate, I stay an hour from here, so I've got an hour in the car in the morning on the way up and an hour on the way back that I'll probably spend the 2 hours on the phone mostly, catching up in the day or starting the day to get ahead of myself, and then at night, there's always something going on at night, weekends, it's just constant. You go on holiday, you wouldn't get a day without 5-10 phone calls or text messages. Even at the weekend, every Saturday, Sunday, I'll get stuff to do with work every day of the week, because football never ever stops.
Can you never yourself switch off? Is there any way that you can switch off from it?
Difficult. No, probably not, if I'm honest, but the only way I'll relax, if I go on holiday, I have to have my phone on. And people say to me, oh, you're going to go on holiday, switch your phone off. But I can't relax. If I've got my phone switched off, I'll be thinking, what, somebody's trying to get me and I've got my phone switched off. So I'm actually more relaxed. It's a wee bit round the other way. I'm actually more relaxed because my phone is on than I would be if my phone was off. So sometimes you have to, but you think, you know what, and you'll probably find that I'll maybe take one day off. I think the most days I've had this year have been 2, maybe 3 days. Last year I had 5 days in a row off one time. I had a full week off. It actually gradually got worse, and here's somebody at the door. Stevie
Gallagher of the Street Stuff programme was the first to pop into the room to have a word with Brian. It was a sign of things to come as Janice, the receptionist, matchday operator and all-round jack of all trades, was next up to speak to the chief executive. We then continued by talking about his life away from work.
You'll always get texts, and sometimes you have to just you have to be able to deal. I mean, I'm kind of a reactive person. My phone goes and I'm at a party or I'm out from a meal with my wife. I'll have a look at my phone. Probably get a few daggered looks when he gets to the third or fourth text, because it usually happens if you text somebody back, they'll then text you back, so then you read it again, and then somebody else will then join in. So,
after getting another visit, this time from Jackie, the cleaner and closest thing Brian has to a personal assistant, who had come into the room to discuss the arrangements for his meeting at 12:30 with the Renfrewshire Council, we moved on to discuss Friday night football as the club got set to take on Morton in the Renfrewshire derby that day. We talked about what his day was like when a game is on and what he does during the match.
Friday night football. Friday's a busy day actually. I've actually tried to clear my diary today so that, because you've got the game day, it's a long day for people who are working here. I mean, obviously all the staff in here that people don't think about, even the players don't realise. We're in here at 9 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier, and we're here till game finishes, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour after the game. I mean, tonight I'll probably be lucky if I'm home before 11:30, 11:15, from having left the house at 8 this morning, so it's 7:45, so it's a long day. So I tried to kind of clear my diary to try and get, because I know that there's things come up on game day that don't tend to come up the rest of the time. Obviously there's certain things that are going on just now because the TV are here. We've got a live game tonight, so I'll be kicking about looking for bits and bobs. The ticket, and Lynn's been keeping me informed of where the tickets are at, for the way end especially. See the numbers, so obviously there'll be a bit of liaison with the police today as well, so that they'll be looking for updates and what the ticket sales are like. No doubt BTP will be on as well, the transport police, because they're heavily involved in the game tonight because it's Morton, and obviously most a lot of the Morton fans are like coming to train and go off across the road. But unfortunately, I've actually had 2 meetings I had to take today. I've got a meeting at 12:30, which is because we've obviously done the deal this week for the name of the stadium naming change. We have to go through the finer points with the council's commercial manager. So that's at 12:30 today. It's just something I'm keen to try and get that finalised, although it's been announced, just to get, cross the T's and dot the I's. Try and get that. So that's was important to try and do that today. And then I've got a meeting this afternoon later on with the architect and the potential contractor for the bar area that we're trying. Well, this fans council have obviously been involved with. So this afternoon I've got a meeting with Ian Henderson, who's the director, commercial director, Alan from the fans council, Alan Wardrobe, the architect and the contractor. So we're trying to move that on so we can potentially get started in the next couple of weeks with the works there. But again, that's one of these things it suits everybody else, and because time's of the essence, you're trying to get these. You really have to have these meetings that really. I mean, at 3:30 on a Friday when you've got a kick-off 4 hours later isn't great, but you just got to do it. Just juggle. But I actually quite like Friday night football.
Would you like a nice ginger square?
No, thanks,
No?
Tommy.
I'm alright, cheers.
That's an unusual.
Another.
That kind of thing. Somebody actually offering you food.
Does that happen often?
No, very rarely. Very rarely.
It's
Especially
been-
the groundsman. So obviously it must be raining outside.
So what do you do during a game?
What I do? I actually don't do as much as I used to, if I'm honest. Lynn Watson, who's worked the ticket office, runs the ticket office, also obviously is the deputy head steward, which is how I managed to get her to run the ticket office when Audrey was the previous incumbent that left, and a new Lynn. So Lynn's very good because she runs the ticket inside it as well. Prior to Lynn getting involved with the club and working at the club, I did have to do all the ticketing issues and smart card issues and anything that was ticketing now. But it's just really a wee overview, and if they need me for anything, then they get me. I mean, sometimes I'm in the tunnel, sometimes I'll go up the top, sometimes I'll actually sit and watch the game. Turnstiles, just making sure that the end of the day, I'll go to the control room, just make sure everyone's alright there. Obviously, safety officer and police, just liaison with that, make sure that everybody's happy, there's nothing that we as a club couldn't do better or pick up on anything that's happening during the game. You're always looking to see, first and foremost, that everybody comes in and out safely and there are no incidents. Secondly, the game, obviously, like everybody else at the club, you're very much hoping for a St Mirren win in every game. You're as passionate as the next person, despite being an Ayr supporter. Actually, I'm probably more passionate about this club than anything else.